workshops, going to events, you know, radio, writing. We know, Muneera, you've got a book that's published, you have it today, and you've got one that will be being published soon, inshallah. And recently on your story, Sukina, one of our members saw that you mentioned about how, you know, I guess it can be a bit nerve-wracking because it's like, you know, you can compare yourself to, you know, people like Rumi, you know, who are like scholars and who have this amazing relationship with God. So I guess in a sense, it's how do you kind of navigate through that? Is it more of just, you know, like you said, you're sharing your poems and writing your books to just share your stories and then have people connect with that? What? Both of you.
So I guess what you know, it's really interesting because on my way here I'm writing the kind of foreword for my book, and I wrote about this exact thing, right? Like there was a point where I questioned myself, like, who am I to be writing poems about this spiritual experience? Like, who do I think I am? You know what I mean? Like, what kind of audacity do I think I have to be like, I'm on this journey to Allah, and like I feel him in the, you know, and then I thought to myself, actually, you know, who am I not to, actually? Who am I not to seek the truth? Who am I not to seek what's beyond the density and the thickness of this dunya? You know what I mean? Like to seek my source, actually. And so even though you're right, we do have imposter syndrome in whatever we do. But I feel like if Rumi had imposter syndrome, or Rabia al-Adawiyya had imposter syndrome, or Hafid had imposter syndrome, then we wouldn't have this fragrance from these people that have kind of inspired many of us to begin our own spiritual journey, right? Like we kind of have to get over ourselves and just kind of present whatever we've been inspired with, and maybe it will speak to one person or no, or maybe it will just speak to me. But my job, I think as any artist, I feel like our job is just to show up. You know what I mean? Like, you've got inspiration, wherever that may come from. I believe inspiration comes from a divine source. And if you've been given that and you've got the means to share and the means for people and a platform, just share, you know what I mean? And whatever comes of it, comes of it. You know?
Yeah, I really appreciate what you said, and I think I'm going to speak for you now, but you said something along the lines of like, who am I not to? So it almost feels like there is like almost like a bit of an imposter there, but it's like, actually I have to because I'm compelled to. And if you mentioned the greats, you mentioned like Rumi, you mentioned Rabia al-Adawiyya, and they all had the same thing, but you did what you said is exactly what they did. They got over themselves. Do you get what I mean? I feel like for myself, poetry is my methodology of understanding the world. It is a tool that Allah has given to me that allows me to be able to cultivate myself, to expand my relationships with human beings, to seek myself, to seek God, to seek the beauties of the world. So then why not use it? Yes, most of the time, do I think I mash up? Yeah, I do think I mash up. But at the same time, this is something that makes me better and puts me on a journey towards being better. So like, if I want to be a better human, then I have to try cultivate it.